Tips for teaching gifted students. First, get to know their intellectual passions. Teachers should know how to get the attention of the students. Let students explore their passions. Help students immerse themselves in a subject that sparks their passion by providing a topic library or by checking books and magazines out of the library and creating a resource of appropriate videos. Classroom teachers can structure art projects and writing activities about the topic of interest. There are always opportunities to connect. Second, encourage students to talk about current events. Students are deeply affected by current events. Certain policy changes and related commentary can cause children to experience fear, confusion, and anxiety. For example, some kids might be upset about hurtful generalizations they hear regarding their cultures and countries of origin. Teachers should provide explanations and clarifications. Sometimes, students' emotions are rooted in confusion, fear, and misinformation. Students look to teacher for information and clarification. So, as a teacher, should not forget the role of an information source. Third, give students the freedom to move. Freedom is something that we hold very dear to our heart in this country. Get out of your textbook. Textbook is a tool, but when it is leaned on for every instructional event, it can become aggravating, cumbersome, and boring for students. Start looking beyond the pages for more engaging activities. Remove fear from the classroom. Removing anything or modifying practices that increase student fear will always improve the freedom they have to learn. Let learners set the pace. Pace is one of the most powerful variables you can control in your classroom. It can determine if a student is engaged, bored, or frustrated because of their current level of understanding. Allowing learners to set the pace instead of dictating to students, they feel a greater sense of power. Trust your students by building relationships, setting clear expectations, and facilitating a welcoming environment. You can trust your students more. Without this trust, you'll most likely continue to try to maintain absolute control, and there will be a little hope of getting learners to buy in or experience the freedom you're looking to provide. Trust that they will do what they are supposed to do, that they want to learn, and most of all, that they all can learn if given the right environment. Next, don't forget their non academic needs. Giftedness exists. Every student has gifts. Given time and support, all students can learn deeply and accomplish amazing things. But a small fraction of students have truly real potential. Some have unusual artistic potential. Some are socially gifted with unusual capacity for empathy and insight. Some are physically gifted with rare athletic potential or extraordinary good looks. Some are gifted in ways that most people think of as smart. Classically, smart kids might have a knack for math if provided the opportunity to develop it, or they find it easy to remember things or to solve problems. Next, get gifted children involved in a group work. As the teacher should design tasks that ensure that no one in the group knows all of the answers. This will require all students to learn new information and skills and practice cooperation. Do not assume that gifted students can or should be solely responsible for the work of group. After all, they are just kids. Do provide sufficient group work, training, and expectations for all students before moving into groups. Do allow choices. Sometimes children choose their work groups, and sometimes the teacher chooses the work groups. Gifted students should certainly be afforded chances to work with other gifted students at times. They report that these times are generally extremely fulfilling. Next, try not to turn bright students into teachers. Students are students. They are learners and the teacher is the teacher. Teacher is the one who facilitates learners. It's not responsible for the students to teach another student. Allow students to chat about books with you. Book talks are a powerful way of promoting books and reading to students. If the students wants to read the books with the teacher, it is an opportunity for the teacher to teach the students. Using Costa's questioning model will help students to learn more, supporting children's comprehension of the content. By questioning, when does the story take place? Who are the main characters? Help children analyze the story. The problems, the characters, what are the problems in the story? Who or what is causing them? How do you think the problem will be solved? Foster your child's conceptual understanding. To whom would you recommend this book and why? How would you illustrate the book cover and why? Questioning is one of the easiest ways to provide differentiated learning experiences and access to your child's thinking. Do not force them to listen to things they already know. Sometimes it's better to ask before the discussion will start. I remember that most of my teachers before they will ask us if we know certain topic already or if we familiarize with the topic, and if we will say yes, then my teacher will proceed to the next topic, and if the teacher will force and she will discuss it again, there is a tendency that the students will surpass to the teacher's discussion. Find academic resources for them to explore at home. Gifted students tend to have a powerful curiosity and an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. Explore online learning tools, games, videos, relevant books, websites, documentaries, and real life experiments that can help children explore new interests and develop talents. Suggest that they enter competitions. Academic competitions play an important part in learning for highly gifted students. They are designed to inspire and enlighten and can create enthusiasm and entice students to try their hardest, helping to maximize their abilities. If the students know how to draw, they can join any competition about slogan competitions. Teach them that less is sometimes more. Having just essential things is better than having way too many superfluous things. It allows you to focus on what matters. Don't expect too much of them. Not all gifted kids might seem smart, and not all smart kids are gifted. Just because a child is gifted does not mean the child will be high performing. Just because a student won't do something doesn't mean he can't. Teach the value of taking a break. Students are easily distracted, but regular short breaks can help them focus, increase their productivity, and reduce their stress. Students' experiences similarly reflect adult experiences. Students face personal struggles, exhaustions, and aggravation, much like the adults in their lives. Just like adults who needs breaks throughout their workday, students need the same. Some activities are easier to work through than others, so students need to have the opportunity to get up, move around, and talk with another. Connect them with other gifted students. Learn how to gifted students think. If you want to support gifted students in your classroom, you must make an effort to learn how they think and learn about the different struggles they face. Understanding that gifted students have special needs, requirements, and trends and behavior will help you meet their needs and better support them in the classroom. Small groups emphasize collaborative learning by surrounding them with other like minded students. They can bounce ideas and motivate one another. This safe space will further develop their cooperation, communication, and listening skills. Also, this is the most logical way to communicate with all of your gifted students at once. Suggest that they attend local cultural events. The society we were born into presents us with its culture and its set of values. By engaging in cultural events, we not only better understand our current culture but also better understand the varied cultures of the past. Exposing students to a variety of art and culture, serving as a hub of musicians, writers, and other artists. Students are often excited to see new works and learn about different traditions. Set up a book club. It's good for the students to have a little space or corner for reading in the classroom. Make a reading schedule. Book clubs in the classroom are one of the most authentic reading experiences you can give to your students. Reading a book and engaging in discussion with peers over the book is exactly how we approach reading as adults. Additionally, positive book club exercises in elementary school can encourage students to continue reading as they get older. This topic of engage gifted and talented students in the classroom consists gifted and talented students in the classroom. Characteristics of gifted students, intellectual characteristics, academic characteristics, creative characteristics, social and emotional characteristics, lesson plans for gifted and talented students, and tips for teaching gifted students.